So the topic here is the foreground colors of Tibetan scrollwork paintings. So the the basic concept here is what is the primary background color of the painting? What is the ground? What is the ground color? So we have four with Tibetan art. The first one is very easy to understand, and it is simply multicolored. It's whatever colors the artist chooses, or what appears to be more natural, such as green background, or whatever, depending on the subject of the painting, depending on the choices of the artist. So the multi-ground background is definitely the most common, the most prevalent. It's what you will find with most murals and scrollwork paintings. Now there are three other types, and they appear in a chronological order. The first of the three is a black ground, where the background of the painting is very, very dark, either black or a very dark blue-black, and then it has lighter colors placed as outlining, and then can have more or less color filling the bodies of the figures, or adding just a touch of color to possibly some landscape or other elements such as cemeteries added to the supporting elements. Now, the origin of the background paintings is actually religious. It has religious meaning. It comes out of the 25 and 50 chapter Mahakala Tantras, as well as some other tantras in the chapters that discuss the painting, the actual creation of a painting of the figure or deity represented in that text. And it applies to wrathful deities primarily, and sometimes to semi-peaceful and semi-wrathful. So black ground came about most likely from the 9th, 10th centuries with those two mentioned tantras, the 25 chapter tantra and the 50 chapter Mahakala Tantra, along with others. The gold ground is the next. The gold ground, it comes about probably from really the 13th, 14th century, and it does not have religious meaning. It is really based on aesthetics, where the background is mimicking gold silk from China. So rather than acquiring the sometimes difficult to obtain gold silk, what you do is you create with gold powder and cold gold, you create a gold background. This type of painting is usually for Buddhas, Maitreya, Shakyamuni, various Buddhas, deities, such as Manjushri, Avalokiteshvara, peaceful deities. Gold is generally for peaceful deities, not for wrathful. Then what we have is a red background. Red background paintings, it's unclear exactly when it developed, but it's quite likely that it came out of the Yongle period of China, which is actually the very early part of the 15th century, where a tremendous amount of artwork was created in red lacquer, especially book covers, manuscript covers, with very ornate designs of deities and figures, and just beautiful scroll works. So the red ground was then later copied in Tibet, and then it is used, it's been adapted to use for basically power deities and red deities, such as Hayagriva, Kurukula, and Amitabha, and anything that is red in color. So these are, the reason we have these four, and we talk about these four, is because within Tibetan painting traditions, we talk about these four. We have these categories, and they become quite common when you start looking at art, that you really do notice multicolored black, gold, and red.